Okay, so my aim quite clearly is to get on the bike as soon as possible and ride this. Just focus on how the motor performs, really. I'm not really interested in too much of the descending. Anyway, remember this motor has 850 watts peak, 105 Newton meters. It's a 48 volt system, so this is going to be super interesting. It's an 800 watt hour battery, again 48 volt. Remember, this has got a multi-pole rear sensor, easy going, no stress. Get this motor an initial impression. First thing to know, it's got auto hold. I'm just sitting there and it's holding it, so I just put my foot on the pedal and it just keeps it. So I think we're going to start off in level 1, eco. We already get to sort of understand how the motor sounds like. Geometry of the bike feels good. It's quite bright. It feels like a bright push. It's not nothing. Level 2, trail mode. Now remember, I have not touched anything to do with an app. So this is out of the box settings that they sent me, latest firmware. Okay, it's also very much torque activated, or like a combination. So if I put my foot on the pedal right now, the bike responds. It's also got extended boost. Ha! Ooh. It's got a squeak because it's new. Okay. Anyway, but it's got overrun extended boost. Quite significant, actually. Right, level 2 mode. Let's put it back in level 2. So I don't know what the mapping's like. Okay, so this is the famous where I felt like, okay, let's put it in level. Wow. There's really good traction. This thing is really impressive, actually. These are my first pedal strokes. There's a lot of power. Very interesting. I think they've been spending a lot of time on the software on this. It's really... Right, let's put it in trail mode. That's level 3 power mode. Got a lot of torque low down. And it's activated by the pedals. It's not activated, it's not cadence based. It has some, but it's like, look, like I put my foot on the pedal, watch, and it goes. It doesn't do that on a DJI. It does it on a Bosch, not on a DJI. It doesn't have that dead feeling. An immediate response. I'd say the Bosch is a little tiny bit more responsive, but not much. And this thing, and that's in trail mode or level 2 mode, really, yeah, the overrun, the extended boost on this is really good. Okay, let's put it in turbo. I mean, 850 watts. Woo. You can feel it. I'm having to hold it back and it works off the torque. I'm using my feet to control this power. I'm not really using cadence at all. This is the technical bit where we really see how it goes. Okay, let's do this in trail mode and we'll come around a second time and do it in boost. There's so much more torque on the low down. The traction's really impressive. Oh my goodness. This is actually an easier ride up here than with the Bosch or the DJI. This is really good. Wheelie it. I mean, I'm in trail mode. Okay, this is where we felt the cadence-based approach of the DJI. The Bosch here, you could really feel torque-based. This is torque-based. This is impressive. It hits at 25 really quickly. Yeah, the motor's responding to the leg input, torque, not cadence. Ooh. This bike feels nice. Whoa, we're in trail mode. We're in boost there for a bit.
Very controlled, very quiet. Feels like the Bosch levels of silence, quieter than the Avinox. Okay, this is where overrun becomes useful in this section here. And the kick down boost, extended boost, this one's got it as well. Right, boost mode. Yes. It's kind of softer, the extended boost, compared to the Bosch. A little softer, but definitely there. Let's go back to trail mode. Very nice, very smooth. This is a serious competitor. Oh my God. This bike is good, but the power switch is the best. Love it. This is way more torque based, but it hasn't forgotten the cadence that everybody loves about Avinox, where you don't have to do any effort. It's got the motorbike feel. This thing's a bit more in the middle, I'd say. Smack bang in the middle between Bosch and slightly towards more Bosch. Okay, let's do a descent. See if this motor rattles. This is a Trusco trail. So far this bike is dead quiet. You've got the XT derailleur on it. Whoa, slippery today. There's no motor rattle. The most important thing, zero. Apart from my camera fogging up because of the humidity recently. That was interesting for a first ride. We're gonna go around again now. I'm impressed. This motor's giving me a lot to think about, actually. I would say on the initial first ride, first trail impression, this motor is torque based with some cadence, not much, but it is there. The software is really impressive. It's got that Bosch instantaneous feel. I think the Bosch might be marginally quicker to respond, but not much. Like very marginally. Responds way quicker than the Avinox, definitely. This has got more than enough power. 850, you can see the power meter spiking there sometimes, but it only does it when you really need it on like a steep section. It doesn't tend to do it unnecessarily, which I think is interesting. Like sustained power up a hill, it definitely gets to 25 super quick. That's definitely happening. The trail eco mode feels really smooth, really soft. Best eco mode I've tried out the box, have to say. On par with the Bosch one, definitely. Bosch eco mode, fantastic. This eco mode, fantastic. Avinox eco mode, not so good. Trail mode, so mode number 2, impressively smooth. Less boost, but very smooth. Power mode number 3, on first impressions, it's got the extended boost just like Bosch. It's the only other motor I've tried that's got it, and this, it's so necessary. Avinox does not have it. It has overrun, but it's not the same. This thing is way more leg controlled, so you don't need cadence just to blast you through. It doesn't have the motorbike feel like the Avinox. Let's go around again and give it another first impression. I'm gonna do this ride now completely in boost mode all the time. It's really good. It's really impressive eco mode. It still gives you, it peaked, doesn't give you much more than about 300 watts. Let's just go straight to turbo boost mode. 105 Newton meters, 850 watts. You have to brake uphill. It's got more power than the Bosch, definitely. The 850. Accelerates. Right here is where the Avinox would leave you behind a bit, but not much. Whoa. It's very connected to the legs. This for me is like I'd say this is like an ideal software tune, to be honest. What's clear to me is the Avinox bubble. The Avinox marketing bubble is so clear. I mean, look, traction here, absolutely unbelievable. Really good extended boost. I wonder how many bikes this is going to be on, because it knows what gear you're in as well, apparently. This is definitely a bit of a motorbike sensation sometimes. because it is powerful. The extended boost through there really helps. No dead feeling. You don't feel like you're pressing against a brick wall like you do with the Avanox. This is definitely got low down torque. That's foot based, leg based. Okay. Oh, this thing is just brilliant. It's got enough torque related reaction. You don't have a dead spot. Traction's impressive. So it's same as the Bosch. Marginally, it's more responsive than the Avanox, definitely. Even when the Avanox is set to fast mode. Right, let's try and get up this time. Yes, that you can do with the extended boost, because otherwise the bottom bracket's too low. Shimano shifting is so fast. Ooh. It's quiet. This trail is fun. The motor keeps you in a really comfortable place without ever exaggerating. You can definitely feel it's not 1000 watts, but it's more than enough. I'd be interested to know how the 48 volts affects the torque response on it. More grunt. The low down torque here, this here, these corners like this is where the Bosch always wins. This thing wins. And look at this slow climb on the steep bit there, no trouble at all. Almost dead stop, and it keeps going. It feels much smoother without struggling. Doesn't ever feel like it's struggling. Feels more like cycling than motorbiking, but if you want the motorbike feel, then oh, there it is, right there. This bike boosts through. What? Interesting. Shimano shifting is so fast, but more noisy. Oh. Oh. I'm going quick. Okay guys, I've got a Bosch race motor. I've got a Bosch race motor coming in the next few days. I'm going to back to back it against this. See what it's like. Look at that, around the corner. Smoother! It's smoother than the Bosch. A little bit smoother. The Bosch is way more aggressive, I reckon. Oh, not way more, but definitely more aggressive. But I think because it's got more power, at a lower cadence, it peaks harder, faster, I don't know. It's hard to understand. And we're at the top. Okay then, so let's talk about this bike. First of all, the bike itself is actually really impressive, I have to say. It's super nice ride. It's obviously a high-end bike. I don't know how much it costs, but I'm assuming between 8 and 10. Okay, so I've only done 2 climbs, 2 reasonably long climbs, let's be honest, they're pretty good. What do I reckon then? Well, let's just make you so you can see the motor. Here we go, nice and on display. There it is. Right. Let's get a few initial impressions down. Okay, the Bosch, the initial power is a little bit more aggressive than this. Not much, very ever so slightly when you put your foot on the pedal. So as soon as you touch the pedal, the Bosch is marginally quicker to respond, but very, very marginally. The Avanox is slower to respond than this. This is faster response than the Avanox, definitely. More power than the Bosch because it's 850 watts. The Bosch is only 750. Also the way it delivers it, a bit different. It feels like with this, you're more on the top of the wave, in the peak of the power than the Bosch. You're a little bit lower down in the power band on the wave, in the pocket of the wave, let's say. Okay, once you've got past the main part of the, like you're sort of getting up to 20 kilometers an hour, 25, you can feel the Avanox has more power. It's got that 1000 watts and it just pushes on by, especially in boost mode, than this, but this is very close. I really don't think you need that 1,000 watts when you ride next to this. This thing feels like, if you've got to choose between peak power and range and this peak power and range, I think I'd rather have this 850. I don't think 1,000 watts is necessary. Definitely. Talking about range, in line with the other bikes, this thing consumption is about what I'd expect from any motor like this. 800 watt battery is functioning about the same. Okay, so this is definitely more torque based than cadence based. You can feel the way it delivers the power is more off the leg. You don't program the computer and it tells you what to do. Now remember, this is a base setting. I haven't fiddled with the app. I haven't touched it. I haven't managed to get it to connect yet. I'll do that on the next ride. I also want to do another ride where I compare against the Bosch. And I've got a CXR coming as well soon, which will be interesting to compare against. So the torque response is more immediate on this than, you don't feel like you're pushing against a brick wall like you do with the Avanox. This thing feels like you've got immediate, instantaneous, very well controlled power as soon as you need it. If I'm trying to describe how, it delivers the power, I would say it's extremely smooth, like really impressively smooth. Now I'm also wondering, because on the very tight corners as well, the low down torque, this feels like it's got exceptionally good low down torque. I wonder if that's the 48 volts, giving you a bit more of a push at the lower cadences. It definitely could be, because I feel like it feels like it's struggling less than, say, the Bosch would round the corners, or the CX would around the corners. The Avanox on those corners feels like it's more sort of, it's relying on a sort of a run through, like it's sort of automatic, let's say. Whereas this feels way more connected to the leg power. You put in gentle leg power, it gives you gentle, but just enough. The tune on this is really impressive, I have to say, basically. Okay, on very steep climbs, you can tell this thing just grips really well. Very well controlled for power. It feels like real cycling actually. It feels more like the Bosch cycling than the Avanox, which doesn't feel like cycling, it feels like motorbiking. This definitely feels like cycling. You don't have that sensation of just turning the pedals and the bike just going along anyway, no matter how much pressure you put on the pedals. This definitely way connected to the pedals in a much more significantly important way than the Avanox, for sure. I'd say very similar to the Bosch. Most important thing that I found about this motor, which I think really stands out compared to all the other motors on the market, is the extended boost. This has the same kind of extended boost as Bosch. No other motors have it, only this, only the Bosch. Nothing else I've tried recently I can think of has the extended boost like this does. You just give a pedal whack and this thing just goes through. Avanox doesn't have that. Incredibly important feature in my opinion if you've got this much power. So I'm really impressed with that, definitely. Eco mode, very impressive, very smooth, in fact, out of the box, eco mode, I really can't complain about that. I'm impressed with it. It looked like it peaked at around 300 watts in eco mode, for those who want to know, because I could see on the power meter here. EMTB mode on the Bosch, probably a little calmer. I'd say EMTB plus mode is like a bit more than trail mode on this, and definitely less than the third level power or the turbo mode on this. Right, so if I'm trying to pick a motor right now for first impressions, what I like, very difficult. Okay, so if I'm positioning my 4 favorite motors right now, got another motor coming, so I can't really like say, yes, this is the best, but I'd say this is very strong, joint number 1 with the Performance CX right now. Definitely ahead of the Avanox. And what comes to mind most importantly to me when I'm comparing this to say the Bosch, the Avanox and this, and also other motors, is that all the hype surrounding the Avanox, it's a hype bubble, it's a marketing bubble. Because when you ride this, you start to realize, you go, hang on a minute, there's a lot of fluff and noise about a motor which doesn't really, in my opinion, merit that level of fluff and noise. One thing the Avanox does have more than this, it has a higher peak power and you can feel it. You do accelerate faster once you've sort of say halfway through the power band of the motor. The Avanox just sort of will pull away from this at the top end, but this is a little bit more respectful to cycling, I'd say. Very hard to choose at the end. Bosch, MAHLE, Avanox. Which one do I buy? Very hard to choose. I really don't know.
This definitely feels like it's got something the Avinox doesn't have, for sure. Better software control, absolutely better software control. Better power control, more connected to the leg. The Bosch, very impressive. Need more time on this to compare it against the Bosch. I need to do a back-to-back. But yeah, the software, very impressive. That's all I have to say on the first ride. Okay, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye, everybody.